Hello and welcome to year 3 of the Weekly Deathmatch, now renamed the Weekly Waypoint, because as you can see, this is no deathmatch, this is no first-person shooter, this is no activity in an MMO which could loosely be considered some sort of deathmatch like I've done once before. This is Elder Scrolls Online, and I am completing the delve Faldar's Tooth. It is in the zone of the Rift, so it's content from like 2014, but I thought that given Greymore is on the horizon, I would go back and try and complete some of the Skyrim-based zones. And when I say some, I mean there's only two. There's Eastmarch, so the one with Windhelm in it, and there's the Rift, so the one with Riften in it. And you will see Riften at the end of this video if you're interested. But yeah, I just figured this would be a fun thing to record and put in the background while I talk about other crap. Because that is the whole reason why I wanted to rename the Weekly Deathmatch to the Weekly Waypoint. And on that name, I gotta say, I came up with that name about an hour ago. I've been thinking about what to call this for 3 weeks now, and I have been stumped. And then I was thinking about playing Elder Scrolls Online for the video, and then I thought about, I don't know, some part of my brain just pictured me putting a custom waypoint down on the map, and my brain went, oh, Eureka! The Weekly Waypoint. And I did a quick Google, and I don't think anyone else is doing this name. So yeah, I know it sounds a bit like Watchpoint, which Overwatch League has, but it's going to sound a bit like anything, and I like the Weekly Waypoint. It's not quite as snappy as the Weekly Deathmatch. It's a little bit airier, I feel, but I think that's just because I'm not used to it. I think it's got a nice ring to it, and I was looking for a name which had a nice ring to it. To give you some idea of my naming process, I have a note on my phone of all the names I've been thinking of like 2 in the morning, and this isn't all of them, I gave up writing them down, but to quickly go through them, here's the names that we're not going with for some fairly obvious reasons. The Weekly Deathmatch and Friends, the Weekly Chinwag, Kritigri Theory, the Weekly Murmuring, the Moronic Monologue, the Weekly Waffling, Oh No, It's Tuesday Again, this week's Wandering Mind, Experience Points, An Axe to Grind, Frags and Gags, this week's Ramble, Polygonally Perturbed, Multiversal Musings, Christian's Descent to Insanity, Bits and Bobs, Bites and Bobs, like Skyrim with Words, Some Dude's Thoughts of Mites and Maybes, Reality Bites, with a Y, Escapism, my middle name, and General Chat. Yeah, I was kind of losing my mind towards the end there. But the main reason I wanted to rebrand the Weekly Deathmatch is because I want to have more stuff like Elder Scrolls Online in the background. I love deathmatching, and I could continue that series for years, but I want to mix it up a bit. I want to do some new things. I want to show off some other games. I was originally considering putting Pac-Man in for this week, but I probably will do that at some point, not going to lie. But I just thought it'd be cool to like kind of show off one of the games I'm obsessed with right now. I like with most of my what I call constant games, I kind of come back to this and then I abandon it for entire months at a time, and then I just play it non-stop for like months at a time. I think I'm at the start of a playing it non-stop for months at a time cycle, because they did the live stream preview of Greymore and the new zone, the one that Solitude's in, and it looks so good. And I was just like, well, now I really want to play Elder Scrolls Online. And there was, wouldn't you know it, it's almost like marketing can read my mind. They had a free week of Elder Scrolls Online plus ESO Plus going. So I was like, what a good time to not renew my WoW subscription and to just play this instead. And wouldn't you know, it worked. I've now got a month of it, and yeah, okay, that's what we're doing now. I was really into WoW as well, and I really like that they extended the double XP buff up until the beginning of the Shadowlands pre-patch, because it's basically just going to be the new XP rate from now on. And they're also doing a double reputation buff, but I don't really need it because I've already got all the allied races. I mean, you could argue I could go and do it for like some legacy reputation grinds, but I'm just not feeling that right now. At the minute, I just want to play Elder Scrolls Online. I've also taken to playing a Halo while listening to podcasts, because I realised I need a game where I can just veg out and listen to a podcast, and that's usually World of Warcraft. Elder Scrolls Online as an MMO is a bit different. It's fully voice acted, and there's a lot more stuff going on with making you immersed in the world, so I actually find I have a harder time playing this game while I'm talking to friends on Discord. Usually I'll only talk to them on Discord if I'm like doing delves like this one, and even then you'll notice I come across a quest and it's fully voice acted. It's just a little side quest, but it sucks you in a lot more. I feel like when I'm playing WoW, at least nowadays, I don't ever look up and go, oh shit, I've been playing this game for 6 hours straight, because, I mean, for one, there's a little clock in the top right, and I don't know if this game has that option, but I kind of don't want to turn it on. This game has lots of little things like that. The day-night cycle is, I believe, 3 hours or 6 hours or something like that, so it doesn't match up with the real world, which I'm still not sure I like, but I'm just saying it adds to that. It adds to that draw you in from the outside world kind of thing, which is funny because most games, they have a real-time day-night cycle to immerse you, but actually I think having an offbeat day-night cycle immerses you more in a weird kind of a way, because you're not like, oh, it's nighttime in the game because it's nighttime outside right now. You're just in the world. It's just nighttime in the world, and that's what you're thinking about. Also, if any ESO veterans are watching this and going, why the hell is he playing this build? It's a build I think the game might have guided me on. I plan to, at some point soon, have a look at sorcerer builds online and kind of rebuild my character. I want to make him less boring, because as you can see right now, I'm just kind of like doing that main blast over and over again, like with a lightning kind of execute style spell at the end and a lightning form body I kind of use it as a dot, but I don't know, it's not very exciting. I think what I'm going to do is, there is like an AoE kind of dot that I'm going to get back. I used to have it, but then the game freaking skill guide told me I shouldn't have it. But I think I'm just going to say no, because that's boring. And I need to get used to using my secondary bar. I know that. I've been playing this game for, 4 years? 5? 6? Maybe 6? Yeah, 6. I've been playing this game for 6 years, because 2014 is when I started? I think the game came out in 2013 and I started in 2014. So I've been playing this game for like 6 years. Which can't be right if I'm going by the DLC, right? Because Greymore, Elsewhere, Somerset, Morrowind, and then it was the year of small DLCs, so that's 5, and then the year before that was also small DLCs, so maybe I've been playing for 5 years, because yeah, we're at the beginning of 2020. Welcome to my thought process, I'm leaving all of that in. So I've been playing this game for 5 years, and I still haven't learned to weapon swap in situations and stuff. I'm really lazy and bad, but it's fine. I don't do a lot of dungeons, because I have opinions on the dungeons in this game. I think they're a bit, I don't know, they want to be story content, but players don't play them like they're story content, so it just kind of frustrates me. I could do 5 whole episodes on Elder Scrolls Online of just me rambling about Elder Scrolls Online, but I'm going to cut that there and think about something else to talk about. Star Wars The Clone Wars. I have finished Season 3, and holy shit did Season 3 polarize my interest in that series. The first half of Season 3, I'm not going to give any spoilers, don't worry, but the first half of Season 3, just structurally, is just mostly prequel episodes for the first 2 seasons. And it's kind of boring because of it, because you already know how it's gonna shape out, you know? Or shake out, I don't know the correct frickin' phrase. But the second half of Season 3 just had like 3 or 4 stories in it, which were mind-blowing. They were so interesting. They were so interesting. I just wish the entire show was that. Like, come on. That might be asking too much, but like, I was so curious about why that season was structured that way, so I did look it up on Wikipedia. I didn't really get any answers apart from the fact that yes, this season is purposefully structured that way. And also, like, some of the characters get new models halfway through the season, which I was like, why not do that at the beginning of the season? But maybe it's because it's prequel episodes, I don't know, to age them up a bit. But it's like, apparently Season 4 is the same. Like, the first half are kind of like prequel episodes, and then the second half is like more interesting, like all new stuff. It's weird, but basically the second half of Season 3 is what I came to Clone Wars to see. It's so interesting, and it fleshes out the prequels in such a good and meaningful way, and you should go and watch it, because even the subpar episodes are worth sitting through because they're still fun, and then you get to the good parts which I'm clapping about, so that's good. I'm really good at freaking talking about shit today, aren't I? Also been playing a lot of Minecraft with my friends. We got a modded server now. I don't know if that was the case last week or if I mentioned it last week, but we got a modded server now. I'm the batshit wizard who keeps making explosions happen. I think I did mention this last week, actually. I don't know. I've got a new Minecraft Shenanigans. I know one just went out, but I've got a new Minecraft Shenanigans waiting in the can to upload, and then I've got another one that I need to edit together after that. So we've been playing a lot, and we've been having a great time. I think it's probably some of the best times I've ever had in Minecraft. Minecraft truly is made to be played with friends and modded. I've always kind of seen modded Minecraft as a little bit ramshackle and hacked together, and because of that, I have this weird thing with if things don't feel authentic enough, I kind of bounce off of them, which is really, like, kind of runs counter to the rest of my personality, but whatever. That's just how I am with games, and, like, I don't know, this has taught me otherwise. Like, I'm not sure I can ever go back to play normal Minecraft on PC without having at least the chisel mod and the elevator blocks, because they're so good. They're such good additions. And I used to not want to go back in versions, but nowadays I hardly know what the new versions even include, so I'm fine with doing that. But anyway, we're coming towards the end of our mini adventure in Elder Scrolls Online. If you have any questions about the game, feel free to leave a comment. I will answer it best I can. But if the question is it worth it, and you like Elder Scrolls, then yes, the answer is yes. It's like 10 quid now for the base game, and you get so much in the base game. This was all base game stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching the weekly Waypoint, the new version of a Weekly Deathmatch, and I will see you next week in who knows what game. How exciting.